As you can see, I've joined the rednecks. G'day. As you can see, we've done a 14.7 with a big flat spot there at 2K. I don't know if you picked that up in the video, but it just lifts you off for about half a second, or probably not half a second, I'm exaggerating, because that means I'd be going half a second quicker, I don't think I did. But the 14.7 is with an air intake, the awesome air induction system, the 100 cell cats, the 2.5-inch exhaust, and a tune. Now, I don't care what anyone tells you about the awesome air intake and what they say on their website. You will need a tune if you put it on. Your car will go into a limp mode and you'll get about 60% throttle at the max. It's very drivable, but you don't really want to cruise around in the city with your mates in there. You won't be doing any sort of line lockers or anything like that, but it's very drivable. You could put it on there, and if you don't have enough money for the tune, $650 I think I paid for it, you can just drive around and get to work for a month while you're saving up, get the tune up. That's where you get most of your power. So from stock, they can still, just a tune will add power on it, and decent amount of power. You'll definitely notice it with just the tune. So that's probably your best bang for buck at this stage. But the problem is, you should do that at the end once you've done everything, because you'll do that, then do all the other things, and then you'll need to do it again. So there's something to think about where you want to go with it and how much money you want to spend. But since that night at the drags, I've modified the air intake manifold. There's a oil trap in there and a little air straightener thing as you go just past the throttle body. So I've filled all that in and removed the air straightener thing, so the air's not sort of bouncing around, and it's just getting a nice straight through path and flowing better. I've got one of the Mace spacers as well, 12mm. That sort of does change your power curve. You'll feel a bit more gumption coming in down the lower rev ranges with that. A nice little noticeable acceleration. Modified the throttle body. There's a bit of a lump at the bottom and a little ridge, so I've just sort of flattened that out and made it a little bit nicer. Probably did nothing, probably made it worse, I don't know. And put one of the little reduction pulley systems in there. That's not a bad one. That's about $400, $350 or $400. Take you about an hour to do. The kit, so the belt and all the little pulleys to go in there, take about an hour to do. And you do feel it. It's not like your car's grown an extra cylinder or anything, but it just accelerates quite nicely. And but because we have not been able to take car back to the track to chase the Charger, I reckon with the flat spot ironed out and all the other little bits and pieces we've done, we'd probably be on the back bumper bar of that Charger, probably pushing a 14.3, 14.2. Especially if you get rid of that flat spot, that's where most of it will come from. But we won't be knowing that for a while. And what I have decided is, because unless I won't be able to go to a pub or a footy game or anything where the protected people are yelling at us unprotected people and are trying to further protect themselves by forcing us unprotected people to take the protection that didn't protect them. So what I did, I don't know if that made sense, but it does to me. I've bought another vehicle to work on so that I can actually use that vehicle and have a good time in it. And it will also allow me to do more things to this if that gets on the road, because if I want to change cans in this, I'll probably not want the pressure of having to start it on a Saturday morning and have it ready by Sunday evening because I've got to take it to work. So it'll allow me to just say, well, I don't care if this is off the road for a week or two, get it done. I can do that because I've got another set of wheels. So I'm going to show you what I bought. See, I've bought a Nissan 2002 smoke machine. Now when I bought it, it was a salvage vehicle, cost me $7,000. I've put a new battery in it, didn't have any keys with it, but fortunately there was the dealership brochure in the glove compartment, or the glove box, that gave me the key number. So I got a dummy key made out of blank, which cost me about $30, and that got the steering lock off, so I knew that was a good key. And then I got the locksmith to make a chipped key with that key number, because just in case they have ever changed the locks, I would have been spending $200 for nothing. So that's cost me about $250 all up to get the keys made and sorted. It owes me a new battery, owes me a couple of cans of degreaser, and it starts. But as you can see, it likes to smoke like George Burns. So I've noticed a lot of oil on top of the rocker cover gasket, so I am guessing there could be a plug seal on top of the rocker cover gasket that's not there anymore. But if you think you know what's wrong with the car, leave a comment in the description below in the commenting thing, because I don't know diesel. I also think that the valve stem seals probably don't exist either. But at this stage, I'm just in the pulling things off and having a look mode to see if we can turn this car into something that you could actually take a date or a friend to lunch in and not embarrass them.
Down in the dungeon is all we know, where the shining light, we never go into the open. As far as you can see, it's wasting there, a big bright destiny. Don't you feel like breaking free? Open your eyes, embrace what you see now. Don't you feel like cutting loose? Yeah, cutting loose, cutting loose. I'm alive, I do or die. My mind stretched out on the canopy. My dreams getting bigger than you and me. I'm alive, I do or die.
saw as I was holding up some parts as I was taking them off, the intercooler, the throttle intake, and the rocker cover itself. I don't think you saw me take off the rocker cover because I wasn't filming that, couldn't be bothered. But there was a lot of oil, and that's not going to be just exhaust, gas return mist and other mist that you put back in there. There's only one part that has oil that feeds that, and that's the turbo. So I'm going to be pulling off the turbo and having a look, which is bad news, but also slightly good news because I want to put on a exhaust gas temperature gauge, because that's like a diesel friendly gauge that you should put on your Nissan Patrols especially. I was right about the rocker cover with the plug seals. One of them was absolutely shot, and the others were no longer rubber, they were almost wood, so I don't think they would have been doing much cop as well, so it's good that they're replaced at least. And you do that because it's fun, and anything else you think might be wrong with the car besides the person who bought it, leave a comment in the commenting things. Of course, all smart ass comments are appreciated. So I hope you enjoyed my hostage style video today. So in the next video I'm going to touch on the inside, which is actually probably the best part of the car because it's still in good nick except the carpet. Dash isn't bubbling and it's in top nick. We'll probably get the turbo off, have a look at the turbo, and putting on the little bung so we can stick the probe in the exhaust. We'll do that the next one. And anything else we think of, and I'll take the stickers off too because it has Jim's Toyota salvage sticker on the back, and quite honestly that thing would not salvage a Lada as it is. So and I don't like to poo-poo any vehicle because they all need love. So take stickers off as well. That's a big upgrade. That's gonna add 10 kilowatts, 10 maybe even 15 kilowatts to the engine. So thanks for watching.